Our opponent plays Mono Blue Terror today. Again, we will not use this information to decide on the starting hand, whether it's a keep or a mulligan. This is clearly a mulligan, it has only one tap land, and one lander are typically risky to keep, even on the draw, so I will mulligan this. This is a keep for lands and 3 spells. It's like a hand of cheap spells, so we are reactive since the early game, which is typically good. I will keep this hand and probably bottom a land, which has to be a Vault of Whispers, just because I will have like 3 source of black, and I will keep them equal in color, given that allegedly I don't know the matchup. So I will keep this. Our opponent kept a starting hand of 7, right? Yes. I ponder, no response. Of course, we have a very good card in the matchup, but we don't know it in the moment of decision whether to keep or mulligan. So given that they ponder, this deck can be only mono blue at the moment, so I will probably take the bet that it's mono blue and play Nihil Spellbomb in a moment when I'm sure that it cannot be countered. This card is very relevant in the matchup, given that I will like fill the graveyard with relevant spells and then play early terrors. The idea now is play a tap land with black to start deploying our like black cards. I will play probably blue-black, because at any moment I can always play the Furnace, and we know that our deck list is blue intensive at the moment, given that we have the Kraken Relic, so I'd rather prioritize blue mana early in the game. They mill 2 cards. Let's see if there is anything I should do. Okay, no, they have like 3 mana, they cannot play a Serpent now unless they cast a mill spell. So, okay, I will play a Tapland and pass. I think it's important to double spell in this matchup, because like if I play Familiar now, they would just go counterspell, and depending on what they do in my end of turn, I will probably crack the Nihil Spellbomb in their draw step or something like that, depending on what I see. So let's put a stop in their draw step just to be sure, and then let's pass priority and pass the turn and see if they like have some mill spells now, or if they take it easy to challenge me and my spell bomb. They do Brainstorm, okay. This means that they have 4 spells in graveyard, and that they could cast a Serpent, but only paying all the mana but 1 at the moment. I expect a Lorien after the Brainstorm, so if they have like start having 5 spells, I will crack my my Spellbomb in their draw step. The idea of cracking in the draw step after the draw step is to give them the chance to cast another spell in their upkeep. This is like theoretical magic, this is like textbook move, but it's typically bad to crack the Spellbomb in their upkeep, because they can always respond after that, given that they are the active player, so they can like fill up their graveyard a bit more. If we crack it in the draw step, it's just a bit more like an advantage. Indeed, they are like milling now. They're milling 2 spells, so I'm passing the turn, wait for the draw step, and now I crack the Spellbomb. This way they don't have chances to mill another time. No response to this, and now we go to main phase. Ponder. Now I have 4 black spells in hand, so it would be beneficial if I start like drawing another black source, which is unfortunately the one I just bottomed for the mulligan, but it's okay. I will like slowly deploy my cards. The best opener here, I think, is always Refurbished Familiar, given that... No, not really, no, because in theory it's Refurbished Familiar, but there is like Spell Pierce to play around. So one idea is to play the familiar and then untap land and fountains. Probably familiar is the best opener, but it helps them because it helps them putting spells in graveyard. So this is an important moment. They have 6 cards. I think I'd rather expose a Blood Fountain first this time, because it plays around Pierce. I'm okay if they double Pierce on a card. This puts some artifacts in play, so if I draw like Mirror Enforcer, I can cast them for free. I had second thoughts about playing this familiar immediately because they have 6 cards and I don't want to help them to play their spells. The thing is that after the Neil Spellbomb, it's okay to like slow roll a bit the pace of our game, because if we don't cast spells, they cannot cast counter spells and stuff. They probably counterspell this. Indeed, this counterspell is probably to fill up their graveyard. So no response. And now I will play the second one, just to make sure that this resolves, staying open to mana for Pierce. But this counterspell probably is again only for graveyard purposes, that they want a spell in graveyard. So if they want to cast a Serpent now, they have to go Mill Spell? No. Or like hard cast it somehow. I still have the stop in the draw spell, let's remove that. This looks like a Lorien moment. I'm not cycling the land in this moment. I think I want to play my cards. The Deep Analysis, okay. But they played their land already, so I think I will make them discard and draw, something like that. Galvanic Blast is a bad card in the matchup, unfortunately. The problem is, if I start with Familiar, then I will not have the mana to go Fanatical Offering Protected. So we are after one of their draw spells. The idea is that I want to draw. So either this is a Pierce or it is a Dispel. Do they play Dispel main deck? They should. The idea is that I don't want my offering, which is my only draw spell, to get countered now. So I think I will start with a familiar, see how it goes. This cannot get countered in game 1, but maybe they have some mill spells to draw or something. They discard spell Pierce. So I think here I will play a tap land and simply pass the turn. Those Galvanic Blasts will probably go face. And if they do, yeah, the idea is that if they did anything in my end step, I would draw off of the blood. I will start playing serpents now. Like 4 spells, so 3 mana is 1 snake. Yeah, snake indeed it is. Should I start drawing? I don't know, this like if I draw now, I play into Pierce, Dispel, and not Force Spike. Okay, this is actually a very good card. Let's start drawing. This will like catch a counter spell. Indeed. And now we can draw with the second one. Again, I'm keeping open double blue because I will never double Galvanic Blast in this moment. They cannot gain life. This is Dispel, yeah. Okay, let's try to go combat. They're on 20. This means that if they use the 3 life to play Deep Analysis, we will have better chances to win with the Galvanic Blast, but we'll see. The fact that our double draw spell got countered is bad, but they had the correct combination of those two. So declare blockers, no blocks, and see how it goes. Another snake, and Deep Analysis. and ponder. Okay, they start with the spells. We need to draw something relevant, because like Galvanic Blast doesn't help us to win the game at this moment. They have another snake. The fact that they are recklessly playing the snakes means that they have counterspell almost surely, because otherwise this game would lose to Caracal and Shaman Toxin Analysis. So how do we play this out? I want to draw cards. I need to draw something relevant, so I am drawing off of my Great Furnace. I still think that Blood Fountain can do something. This is a bit too late, but let's give it a go. Let's play Mirror Enforcer. And I think I would consider double blocking one of their guys or single blocking Galvanic Blast. Well, we'll see, like, depending on how they play the game out. Galvanic Blast is a bit unreliable, but at the same time it's a bit too late for the graveyard. Maybe I'll crack the graveyard now. Maybe I draw a monitor or something. Let's see. No response on this. We're a bit behind in this game. A monitor. No response. Let's see if they have the third counterspell. Now, if this resolves, it's actually not that bad. But we estimated a counterspell on their side earlier. So if they are thinking, it's because they have exactly one. So they have to play around two cards, which are unknown, which potentially can be Crackling Toxin. Okay, they have the third counterspell, so no response. My plan here is to double block. So pass turn and priority. They had like 3 counterspells. Brainstorm with 1 card. This is actually good. Oof. Okay. Okay. If they attack all, well, they play the land for turn, right? Something very dangerous happened. Because, like, let me double check if they play the land for turn, but I'm almost sure they did. And even if they didn't, cast Brainstorm. No, they did not. Turn 8. They did not, but I think I have to play to my out, which is like Chump, declare blockers, Chump here, go to 4, and then attack Mirror and double Gal Blast. This play loses only to Dispel. So let's see if this is the case. Combat. Begin combat. Declare attackers. We are thinking, what can this card be in this spot? Like a Millspell? Okay, so given that we are dead anyways next turn, we have to play ignoring that they might have a Dispel. So let's see if this resolves. This plays around Pierce, this plays around the Force Spike, and they have the Dispel. Oh, spell Pierce. Nice. Okay. Weird game. Observation: we won only thanks to their 6 life loss. This would have been a completely different game if we only used our resources to damage their life total. The idea is that this is, I would say, kind of an atypical game. Probably, I'm not sure if it was correct on their side to like keep an attacker behind just to avoid this, but you typically don't play around 2 Galvanic Blast when you have like mana. I don't know the cards. It's very hard to say if that was correct or no, because like putting pressure, putting lethal damage was okay, right? Yeah, my play would have lost to this spell, and probably there was one moment like. Now, okay, let's start sideboarding. A couple words on the matchup. First of all, I didn't say anything earlier. I do think the matchup is okay. By okay, I mean that for me it has become a bit more comfortable to play this matchup with like repetitions and just like a bit of experience in the matchup. The idea is that we want to get rid of their creatures. They have like only few creatures, and we want to get rid of them. As I said in another video, the fact that Uther Monitor exists makes this matchup a bit easier. It's like a bit of a hidden reason. The idea is that Uther Monitor messes up with the math of the blockers, meaning we can perform very beautiful double blocks now, like Mirror Enforcer plus Monitor, Mirror Enforcer plus Mirror Enforcer, and Monitor plus Monitor always kill 5/5. And the 6/5 can be killed with like other resources. How do I sideboard in this matchup? I typically want these cards. Extract Confession kills the word creature without passing through the word, and Pyroblast is generically good cards into blue decks. That doesn't need explanation. What I want to say about Pyroblast is that I don't use it as a primary kill spell, but I try to hold it in case they have like Mystic to counter or like Lorien Reveal to counter. What I cut are like red cards. This deck becomes the mirror after sideboard, mostly, and the only like blue cards are typically very relevant in late game, like Pyroblast and Shaman. This is how I think of the matchup. Galvanic Blast has to be removed because it's a weak card. It doesn't kill any of their creatures, and it goes face most of the time, but most of those time it's not enough to like deal lethal damage. So I don't know. That's the point. I don't like I don't like Galvanic Blast in the matchup. Munitions goes out for the same reason. It is vulnerable to any of their blasts, and it doesn't really like accomplish anything. It's 2 mana nothing. Okay, what are they doing? They are starting with 7 cards. This is very tempting. This is very, very tempting, but unfortunately I cannot keep this hand. Why is it tempting? We have like 2 strong cards, like the MVP probably of the game and of the matchup even, and that sideboard card together with like two very good cards, because like making opponent this card in this matchup is very good. But I cannot keep this. I cannot cast anything besides the spell bomb. I know it's a bit tempting, but I cannot. We are going to 5. This is okay. The deck does it sometimes. And this is a like very reasonable 5 cards that is able to catch up, because we have like a rock and a draw spell together with a creature. I am not like sad with this kind of hand, so I will keep. The thing is that what do I cut? Here is tricky because we are on 5 cards. One option would be to remove a black, like an untapped land, because like they will do something, but our relic will probably get countered with like a null or still sabotage, or like this cheap counter spell that we know they are putting in. So here it's just a matter of understanding what we want to do. I think the primary goal of this kind of hands is to fix the mulligan. So being a bit behind already is not a problem if we can fix the mulligan by drawing cards. So I will never bottom this card. The choice is between Neutron Monitor and Relic, because if we stay stuck on 2 lands, we are kind of sad. It's a hard one. I will probably screenshot this and like have it for the future. But you're about to concede the game due to inactivity. You have 4 minutes remaining. Okay, playtesting on MTGO. I think I will like ditch the monitor. I don't want to stay stuck on lands. I want to fix my mulligan. I have multiple creatures in the deck, and the monitor alone doesn't really do anything in this matchup. This is very good. So we are ready into the like early snake plan. Mail spell to fix the brainstorm. Deep analysis. They are probably having more than one land in hand, given that they put one on top. So I think I will go this way, and I will try to like double spell next turn. I want to convince them that putting early snake is a good idea. That's why I'm passing. I don't want to play this into 1 open mana. If this card gets countered, it's a bit sad. So yes, I want to convince them that this is a good idea, but they have this now. So what is the approach? Do they have Pierce? I think they remove Pierce, right? They should remove Pierce. Either I take the back, like my whole turn 2 was to convince them to play early snake. This doesn't play into like into this spell. The only card that this card dies to is Spell Pierce, which maybe they do have, but theoretically they remove it to make space for the cheap for the cheap artifact counter. So I think I'm kind of safe in casting this now. Next turn I double spell. Yes, that is fine. And I'm happy that I kept like the old 3 lands from the starting hand. They go another Serpent and another Serpent. Okay, this gives me a bit of freedom. This means that I want to draw cards probably. Let's draw cards. Let's spend this turn to like develop, do my stuff, draw lands, draw cards, either monitor or draw spell. I'm taking 11. Let's try to see if I find a Great Furnace here. I did not, but I found a Pyroblast. Okay, pass the turn. Try to put like chump blockers into some life. This is not necessarily a lost game. We can even stun one of them. Okay, they have 6 cards. Okay, this is getting harder now. So, how not to die? I think it's to like the strategy here is to gain some time. So play the monitor and see if this gets counter. Okay, it doesn't. Play the shaman and see if this gets countered. It doesn't. Play the land and probably tap their snake. because like this snake can be tapped. So then I can gain some time and sacrifice artifacts. Yes, let's give it a try this way. Tap their snake. Okay, draw more cards. This way I deployed a bit of creatures on the board. I will take damage next turn, with the promise of gaining some life out of the monitor. Let's see how it goes if they let me draw with the Toadcast. Because they have 6 cards. Okay. No blocks. They play land and they pass the turn. This is scary. Familiar opener. This double blocks very well. Of course they kept a land. This is very good. They are probably keeping some snakes in hand. They don't want to overcommit because they know that we have a Krarklan Shaman. So I think that the best thing to do here is like to take it chill, pass the turn, no combat, and to stay ready for bargain, pyroblast. We want to make good trades at this moment, and we want to stay open for pyroblast and like potentially pay for spike pierce or ward or like this kind of extra mana they require us to pay. If anything goes wrong, and by anything I mean the Sleep of the Dead, for instance, we just draw off of the mirror with the Reckoner's Bargain, gaining 7 life. Okay, exactly this thing. Let's see if they do it for more creatures, because that requires some non-trivial effort on their side, right? And we can always clean up their board. This is like our panic button. Okay, interesting here. Interesting here. They cannot do this forever. They cannot do this forever. Interesting spot. Okay. What are the alternatives? We let this resolve. They will like swing, and we need 5 artifacts, which we don't have. We can sacrifice all our creatures. We can gain 7 life, going to 11, assuming that it resolves, but it should, because like we are protected by Pyroblast. I would like this Pyroblast to go on a spell, because like I can clean up their board. I think I am sacrificing all my creatures. Yes, probably I will let this resolve and sacrifice all my creatures and 2 lands. No, this is like kamikaze. If I try to counter this, they will not untap. I can clean up next turn, putting a... Oh, this is a crucial moment. That would require me some thinking that I can afford only because it's playtesting. I'd rather clean up with the Shaman one turn after, so I can jump the inactivity time. Okay, no response. Let's see what they do. I think I will jump. Yes, I will probably jump and replace this with a map. That is the correct way. They play the third one. Tapping this. Interesting. If I counter this now. Oh, this is hard. Okay, I went for this direction. Bargain very likely my mirror to gain more life, so I don't die to double hit of Serpent. No blocks, and probably tap it paying the word. I want to save up on this Crackland Shaman for future purposes if they play the second snake. I think this was the correct idea. So I have a free turn. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I don't intend to block anyways. So 5 mana, I am playing my Spellbomb. This creature will attack, like always. This creature will attack. There are two approaches here. I think cracking, like I play the Relic. I crack the Relic, delaying one more turn. Oh no, I have to pay the word. No, it doesn't matter, then I cannot. So, exiling this, deploy some artifacts, probably. Let's see how does this play out. I can draw here, which is good. I can gain some more life later in the game. I think I want to draw immediately. See if I draw like Enforcers or other creatures. Familiar is very good. Enforcer is very good. Do I want to leave them, like the Sleep of the Dead? Probably I will just play Familiar. And this was a good use of our like free turn. Now the option is, do I crack the Nihil Spellbomb? Depending on what they discard, maybe. Another snake. They are full of snakes, or they have like Murmuring Mystics and stuff. Have to be careful with the Mystic, that's definitely a thing. So I will double block, so this means that I have to crack this now. In their draw step is better again. Begin combat. And they even attack with this because there is no point in blocking. I made a mistake, I passed priority, but it's okay. Oh, like... As soon as they play anything, I will exile their graveyard. I think if I see a Mystic on their side, I will be forced to map on a Refurbished Familiar to have like 2 toughness creatures to block their birds. The Murmuring Mystic is a very strong card against us because they like loop cantrips and we cannot counter them, and they just overwhelm the board with creatures that at some point we cannot block. And typically at that point of the game we are very low on life because their deploying creature early in the game is much better plan of ours. Okay, so they are trying to attack. Begin combat. We are in begin combat. Let's see how they attack. So I don't want to exile graveyard immediately. They attack this way. Interesting. Are we going to 1? If we go to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I cannot take this damage. Declare blockers. But at the same time, this is 7 life. No, I think I'm not. Let's stop in end of combat just in case. Declare blockers, no blocks. We go to 1. In end of combat, we exile their graveyard. Unfortunately, we lose on 1 card, but it's fine. We don't want Sleep of the Dead to be there. And let's see if it's the moment to press the panic button. Probably it is, yeah. Murmuring Mystic, looping some cantrips and stuff. I have to kill it now. We need 5 artifacts. So, holding on control. Control 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Heal to all. This way they have only 1 card and 1, yeah. Brainstorm resolves. Mill spell, which was like empty, okay. And now we try to not to, okay, this is very good. Let's see what they kept in hand. Probably there is an annul or 1 Steel Sabotage or 1 card of that kind. Sleep of the Dead. This is scary. How many times can they cast it? Like 1, 2. I don't know how many Sleep of the Dead they play, but I will have to start attacking with at least 1 creature. They have like 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 here. Yeah, I have to attack at least with 1 creature. This dies to Steel Sabotage and I don't know their deck list. I cannot die stupidly to Steel Sabotage, it's fine. On the other hand, I have to start winning somehow. This is Lorien, I'm afraid. This is Lorien. Scour. Yeah, they are feeding their Sleep of the Dead. I saw 2 spell bombs or 1. How many spell bombs did I see? Probably 2. No, it was 1. Okay, the bird doesn't attack. Land, open for counterspell, and we go. So, how many counterspells did they cast? Like 0? Is it my memory? No, 0. Yeah. So they're trying to win that way. So now it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they play the third one, I'm fine. They will probably do this like trick. I cannot lose to Steel Sabotage now, right? 1, 2. If they play a land, they tap 3 creatures, so I cannot attack again. My plan now is for them to tap out at some point, tapping 3 creatures. Another Lorien. Wow. Wow. Sure. I cannot draw now because they definitely have a counterspell which they will use. I need like a Mere Enforcer to start attacking on the ground. Thought Scour. 1 Annul and 1 counterspell. This will not attack. Okay. Vault of Whispers. Sad. Okay, let's keep passing. We will draw something relevant at some point, or they will tap out at some point, but they have 5 cards. Would be beneficial to double spell. Island, because they want to go to 10. Yes, 10 means that they are executing the tapping creatures plan. Okay, there's no response. Begin combat. Maybe they do it one at a time. Yeah. No land. No land. I cannot attack. This doesn't. So they have to execute now, right? They have to tap three things now while being open with the counterspell mana, yes. That is okay. I think we will lose this game for this reason. But we cannot do much about it, because if we sacrifice our creature first, we could have sacrificed a land, but it doesn't. Let's try to. And they counterspell, yeah. Okay, weird game. Not sure if it was winnable, but weird game. There was like a not losing condition by drawing in our turn, but they had the dispel. I'm not sure. I will have to rewatch this. I'm not sure. I will like take a minute to comment on the Duress. Duress is a textbook good card into blue decks, meaning it's always nice to make blue decks discard, but I don't think it makes the cut in the current configuration of deck plus matchup, meaning what would I remove for them? Terminate is already a good card in the matchup, and we have it since main 1, like since game 1. Creatures are out of discussion, spellbombs no, shamans I like them, the toxin I like them. Like at worst case scenario I would replace them with the toxin, but I just think that there is no space for the Duresses. Let's play first. Okay, this hand is okay. We have good cards in the matchup, and I think I will have to start with Drossford Bridge, because I want to play my shaman early, if they allow. I am not sure if they are on some blasts, but now that I have 2 shamans is fine. I made a mistake here. I shouldn't play the tap land before the spell, because if I did it the other way around, I could convince them that I have, let's say, an untap land and that I want to do something else. So I would be prompting to not counter this shaman. I would need a land here, would be appreciated. Okay, a land. So now my plan is to attack. As long as I have lands, I can just deploy my stuff. Do I want them to counter my Toadcasts? I actually don't. I do think it's better to stay open with the blast to like play around the counterspell later, or to play this card like fully discounted. Would be good to draw lands. Like, this is the best draw we can have now. Reckoner's Bargain. So let's go to combat first. I would like to slowly discharge my blue mana spells. So here I play the Relic just because I don't have lands and I want to play something that will annul. I don't think it's correct to protect it now, because they're playing this annul kind of aggressively and to fill up their graveyard. So this way they have like 1, 2, 3, 4 spells, and I'd rather try to counter the snake later and then make it like sacrifice. So I'm not fighting over this annul. Given that they might have a counter spell, and we would not only lose the fight, but also fill up their graveyard much more. This way they're forced to pay 3 mana if they want to cast spells or snakes. Mistful Bridge. This is very good. Again, deploy land. They're stuck on 3 mana. If they're stuck on mana, and I have an attacker and I'm playing lands, I'm passing. Because if I play spells, I am giving them opportunities to counter and fill up their graveyard. Okay, we got lucky. They milled nothing, like Serpent and land. Are they stuck? No. 4th. Snake. Snake is okay. So this one is the non-word, so countering and destroying is basically the same. I was considering pyroblasting it, but pyroblast is very good into Murmuring Mystic, and I would like this card to die without me using a pyroblast, which is the only resource we have on that. So given this, I think I will just draw over my Crackling Shaman. They will probably counter this, setting me in the position. Oh no, they don't. But this is very good. We have double Pyroblast. But now Pyroblast dies to Pierce. What do we see any Pierce? Did you see any Pierce? No, Pierce no in game 2, but we did see this spell. This spell doesn't. I think I want to use my mana properly. They have 6 cards though. They have 6 cards. Yeah. Destroy target permanent if it's blue. Oh, they're yielding precious information. So we are playing a lot of cards. Shaman, Draw Spell, Familiar. Those are the 4 cards I want to play, leaving the last, the Crackling Shaman, because it's red. So let's start with a black one. Blue, no, I cannot use this black, I have to use this black. Familiar. Okay, I will go Toadcast first, just in case they kept the spell Pierce. I will go Creature. They annul this. I mean, no, I don't want to fight over this, because if they slam a Murmuring Mystic, I am dead. And I'm not playing the Shaman for the same reason. I want to, like, for instance, counter Lorien here would be very good, because they have like Lorien mana next turn. Or like, if they have land plus Lorien, it's okay. Snake is fine. This would set them to... This is a bit unhappy. But okay, it has to resolve. Okay. My plan here is to play Cryogen Relic, Mirror Enforcer, and Extract Confession protected by Pyroblast. But I'm very afraid of a Murmuring Mystic. So let's start. We need a black and we need a red. So this is the blue and a generic mana, black, red, and we have 3 of each. Okay. This has to resolve. It cannot like get countered, otherwise we're free to do stuff. But they're thinking. I have to say the Deep Analysis played very well on their side. Oof. This doesn't resolve. Black, red. Maybe Confession? And 1 mana Enforcer. I'm afraid of Mystic now. They get a land, so probably they have the second Lorien. Mystic, okay. Let's see if... Okay, this is very good. I think I would like to go combat first, threatening to kill the Mystic with a Crackling Shaman, which is what I want to do. Declare attackers. If they... Yes, let's attack with Mirror Enforcer only. They will never block. I will block. So this way I am converting a Shaman into a potential blast. Okay. Shaman. Counterspell. And now we Pyroblast. Destroy target permanent. If it's blue. And they have a bird. Our plan at the moment is only Mirror Enforcer. Because there is like a stall here. They milled Serpent and land. So we necessarily want to win with this Mirror Enforcer combat. Begin combat, attackers. I don't think I'm using this Toxin Analysis now just to gain some life. We are very, very high on life. And if I have the card, it doesn't necessarily mean I have to play it. Meaning I'm already in a leading position. I think I want them to make the first move. This can kill a Serpent, this can kill a Mystic in the same way I did before. Combat. The same holds for Blood Fountain. I am in a leading position. The moment this card will like get killed, I will like triple spell, quadruple spell, which I'm very fine with. Like now I don't have to play my cards. Ponder, okay, I'm fine. They have a serpent. If I try to counter it and attack in the air... No, it's fine. Serpent, it's fine. I could have been like more aggressive, but I don't think there is any need to like be aggressive in this moment. I think I'd rather protect my fountain. And if this gets countered, I would consider killing the Tolarian Terror, but it depends how this card gets countered in case, because they played Trianol already, so it has to be a counter spell, and if they have a counter spell, I will try to execute the plan as I said. So, counter spell. They have 2 cards in hand. Let's inspect. Is it the moment to play aggressive here? That comes from a Lorien, annul. Dispel, they played 1. I think it's the moment to play aggressive because I also need a fodder for the fountain. They are at 4. I can kill this by... Yeah, let's try to play aggressive and to counter this one. See if they have the second one. If they do, the dispel. Okay. Okay, fine. 1 card in hand. This counters. Combat. Does it clean up their board time? Okay. Toxin on my mirror. They are at the top deck. They have a dispel. Wow. Okay. So let's draw here. Second dispel monitor. Okay. Second dispel, unexpected, genuinely. And now we have to play off of this like Utrom monitor we luckily drew from the top. It's true that this happened after a ponder, but their card quality was very high at that moment, so I think it was still worth taking the bet. Let's see what they drew. No, the 4th tunnel. Let's see if we lose to the solo warrior. Draw spell maybe here. Land. We don't even have munitions, we don't even have Galvanic Blast, so we are forced to play from the top of our deck, and we have like 4 turns to do it. They're like milling. That Blood Fountain would have been like very good. Utrom Monitor. Our race is still faster than theirs. I will not play the land. They're looking probably for the tap. The Sleep of the Dead. I will open the graveyard. There is no Sleep of the Dead. Thought Scour me. Ouch, I milled relevant cards. Good news is that they cannot cast this from graveyard, because otherwise they die to the monitor, so unless they have the tap creature now. Another snake. Okay. Spellbomb. Spellbomb now. Let's try to exile their graveyard immediately to see if we have to chump. No response. Draw something good. We have to chump. Sad. Yes, we have to chump. Even brainstorm. Ponder, they're looking for the Sleep of the Dead, because like that guarantees the kill. Okay, combat damage. Exercise. What saves us from here? From this position? Probably draw spell, chaining relics. How many shamans did we play? Another shaman probably. Crygen relic. After two like cantrips, this will never resolve. This does resolve. Tap this guy. And draw something useful. A land. GG's. GG's. So, a comment on this game. It might be probably useful to rewatch that exchange with the Blood Fountain and the counters. That is probably where we had a chance to win, but their card quality was very high, so probably killing the Serpent instead of countering, but again it would be the same outcome because they had double dispel. But very good game, very well played. Our opponent is a non-good player, so I didn't expect anything different, but yeah, good games.